Alright, welcome to this gentle morning practice. My name is Patrick and I will guide you through today's class. So with no further ado, let's start standing on the top of our mat. Start by standing on the top of our mat with our feet hip-width distance, arms resting alongside our body. And here we're just going to start to shake our body. So have a soft bend into the knee and just start to shake your whole body. And you can start nice and gently, maybe you increase the shaking, letting the shoulders fall, arms joining in. Maybe any feeling in the head, maybe letting the head hang to the sides, maybe forwards or backwards. Let's keep going for a little while longer. Feel that you can release all the tension in the body with the shaking. And especially when we practice in the morning and we're just woken up, we always are a little bit more stiff in our body, so it's good to shake everything loose and out. And slowly start to slow down the shakes. A little bit more, until we come to our standing posture again. All right, from here we're just going to swing our arms. So we're just going to find a nice little swing, maybe joining the hips. Maybe you like to pivot onto the feet. Maybe you like to keep the arms bent. Noticing the twist as we go in our upper spine. Maybe a little bit more to the middle and lower back. Maybe just letting the arms fall freely. Just a couple more twists. And coming back to the top of our mat. All right, from here, bring the arms up, find some nice length, lift up through the chest. And as you exhale, forward fold. Come into a halfway lift as you inhale. And again, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the next exhalation, we're going to fold forward. And here, feel free to bend as much as you need through the knees. Just let the arms hang. Maybe feel a little bit of relaxation into the neck. Maybe shaking the arms. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Just letting yourself hang here. Just finding a very comfortable fold, so nothing too deep. We want to warm up slow through the back line to our hamstrings, feeling relaxation in our neck, finding length through the spine. And then on your next breath out, slowly release the hands down. And we're just going to step back into a high plank. In our high plank, lower the knees down, bring them as wide as the mat, big toes together, we go for our child's pose. Sitting the hips back down onto our heels, just having arms nicely out and in front of us. And here you can lower the chest down, lower forehead down. Maybe relaxing the elbows down on top of the mat. We're just taking a couple breaths in our regular child's pose, noticing if you can keep pushing your hips back onto your heels. Just take a couple of relaxing breaths in and out through the nose. From here, with the hands come onto the fingertips, make the hands into like spider hands so that the fingers are gripping. Keep your hips down onto the heels, then start to walk your hands over to the left side. As you walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, feel a nice stretch through the right side of your rib cage. Feel extending from the wrist all the way down towards the right hip. Keep pushing back the hips onto the heels, so don't lift the hips up. Keep pushing yourself back as you stretch out through the side. Arms can stay on the width of your shoulders. If you like to bring the hands together, feel free to do so. Any way that you can find the nicest feeling into your side bend right here. Just for another breath. And slowly start to walk first the hands to the middle, finding a nice length. So again, extending through both rib cages, feel that full length. And then start to walk the hands over towards the right, this time stretching out the left side of the body. Now it doesn't matter how far you walk the hands towards the side, as long as you feel the whole side line from the hip through the rib cage, up through the shoulder, through the arms, all the way towards the fingers. Every time finding relaxation into your breath. Just another breath here. And your exhale, slowly walk the hands back towards the middle. Again, both hands are stretching out. Feel that full line. Maybe press a little bit into the fingers. Press the heels a little bit more back. The hips back onto the heels. And as you find a little bit more space, walk your fingers maybe a little bit more forward. Feel the full sides of the body stretching out, finding length, relaxing the neck. And then slowly releasing elbows back down. Maybe relaxing the forehead down, just relax the body. From your child's pose, use the hands onto the mat. Pull yourself forward into your first cobra pose, sliding the body close to the mat, bringing feet together, big toes together. Feel that you can press the hands, pull them slightly back, open through the chest, pull the shoulders together, lift the chest up. Let's take a nice breath here. Feel that you can open through the chest, press the feet down, lift the upper thighs like you're lifting your kneecaps up from the floor. Keep breathing gently in and out through your nose. And from here, press yourself back into your child's pose. Take a breath. On the exhalation, slide through again, cobra pose. Do it again. Lifting up through the chest. Find a gentle cobra pose. And press back, child's pose. And do this 2 more times, sliding through cobra pose as you lift and inhale. As you start to exhale, press yourself back, child's pose. Last one, pull yourself through cobra pose, inhale. This time exhale, tuck the toes, press yourself back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, the first one of today. Feel that you can pedal the feet, move the hips, finding any gentle movement here to find length along the back line. Maybe finding some space into the calves, through the hamstrings, pressing into the hands, finding elevation through the shoulders, pushing the heels slightly more back. And your next inhalation, lift the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Step your left foot next to your left thumb. Lower right knee down. From here, just bring the hands on top of the knees. Push the hips forward and down. You can always untuck the back toes if that feels uncomfortable. Then you can always lay them flat down. But I like to keep the toes tucked so I can press in that back leg. Feel that the front left hip is pushing back, right hip is pushing forward. And it's okay with the knee back to press the knee over the ankle. So here you might want to imagine like you're pushing your knee in front of your foot down towards the floor. At the same time, keep tucking the tailbone under, sinking the hips down. Using your hands on top of your knee to keep yourself a little bit propped up. Just breathe here. Just going to hold it here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly move back half split. You can bring your hands down to the floor. Always feel free to adjust the legs as much as you need. That way you can find your comfortable half splits. And in your half split, you don't need to straighten the leg. You can always keep a nice gentle bend into the knee. Or even if you like to use props like yoga blocks, you can always place them next to your hands. And to make it a little bit more isometric, press the heel down, lift the toes up. Use the chest to push forward towards the front. And here again, don't need to go deep, but just feel the activation into the hamstring. Just wake it up nicely here. Maybe after that you hold it here for some seconds. After that you can slowly find a bit more space to come forward. One more breath. As you slowly bring the foot back down, find that adjustment that you need to place your hands around the feet, lift the back knee up, step directly back, downward facing dog. Again, in the downward facing dog, maybe find pedaling into the feet, moving the hips a little bit here. Any movement that you prefer to find that nice space into the body. Moving to the other side, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. And step the right foot all the way up to the right thumb. Lower left knee down. Same thing here. Bring the hands on top of the knees. And feel that we can press the hips forward and down. And again, with the back toes, keep them tucked, untucked. That's up to you. Do what feels good to you in your morning practice. Keeping yourself nice and propped up. And again, focus. Find the length through that back leg. Working that back hip by pulling forward on that left hip, pulling back on that right hip, tucking the tailbone under, sinking the hips more forward and down, finding that space. Staying here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can release the hands, half splits on the right leg. So if you need to walk the feet a bit more forward or move the back knee back, feel free to find your space. Wherever you feel comfortable in this hamstring stretch, find that space. Now, right and left can feel completely different, so don't worry if you need to adjust a little bit differently on one leg than the other. And also for myself, for example, I had an injury on my right hamstring. So for me to keep the right knee a little bit more bent than my left feels just a little bit better. So every time find that you can find adjustments for yourself wherever you need it. Again, this is your practice. You want to work with your body, with your space. That's all we're looking for. Again, noticing your breath, breathing gently in and out through the nose, using the belly to breathe, pressing the right heel down, lifting those right toes up, finding a little bit more space by pushing the chest forward. Just feeling that nice, juicy stretch in that right hamstring. Last breath. And from here, slowly planting the foot down, framing the hands around the front foot, lift the back knee up, step back, downward facing dog. And again, in the downward facing dog, maybe finding movement. Any movement here that feels good. From your down dog, roll forward into your high plank, slowly lower knees down to the floor. Here you can untuck the toes. We're going through a couple of our cat and cows. So into your cat and cow, feel that you protract the shoulders, push the floor away as you round your spine. Inhale, lift the hips up, open through the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, hollow the back. Find your cow, open through the chest, spread the collarbones wide like you want to press your heart forward. Keep going on your own breath, so you don't need to move as fast or slow as me. Find that you can move on your own pace of your own breath. Right, last round for your cat and cow. And after this cat and cow, just move yourself back again into your child's pose. You can just stay in this last child's pose here, just finding a little bit of space and relaxation. You always have the option to move for a moment into your Shavasana if you like to do so. Just taking 4 more relaxing breaths through the nose, breathing in. Gently breathing out. 2, breathing in. Breathing out. 4, breathing in. And breathing out. From here, slowly roll up again onto hands and knees. Thank you so much for joining me in this quick morning routine. I hope it helps you to start your day, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much.